How long have you been playing the accordion for?
Well, 75 years.
75 years.
Well, I started when I was 7.
Okay. Did your parents give you the accordion, or were you the one that was interested in playing it?
Well, my brother was taking piano lessons, and I would go to this studio, and I saw the accordion in a room, and I fell in love with it. And I was 6, and I begged them for a year, and they finally gave in when I was 7. And that's when I started.
What?
But they were always generous as far as, like, buying me an accordion, the lessons and everything. They didn't hold back.
Where did you grow up?
The eastern part of Brooklyn, Cypress Hills. I lived in quite a few different neighborhoods. I was born in Manhattan.
Okay.
But Cypress Hills, then we moved to Bensonhurst, Coney Island, Brighton Beach. But I've been living most of my life here in Bay Ridge.
When you started playing, what kind of music did you play?
Oh, like O Solo Mio, Beautiful Dreamer. It was a big, thick book, and it had 100 songs or so in there. Old standards, Stephen Foster songs.
Did you play with friends, or were you the only person that you knew that played the accordion?
Well, it was New York Schools of Music, and we went there, and I would take my lesson, but they would have me play duets when I was ready, when I was good enough, duets, trios, and they also had an accordion band that there was like at least 25 players, maybe more. I was looking for the picture, I couldn't find it. But there was a challenge. There was a lot of very good players. It was inspiring.
So, I'm assuming you were a teenager during the 60s, perhaps?
Right.
And that's kind of when rock and roll was here to stay, roughly. Right. Did you play the accordion in public places, or were there public places to play the accordion during that time?
Yeah, I started teaching the accordion in the school where I was taking lessons, and then I started teaching privately. I did play a little gig here and there.
What were the gigs like?
So long ago. Steinway Hall, I seem to remember. I probably got that through I was probably recommended through the music school, and I played solo, and played in Carnegie Hall with the music school. We would have tryouts, and if you made it, then you played at Carnegie Hall, and that was every year. And I played a few times solo. Big, heavy accordion. I still have it, full size, and it's too heavy for me now. I have bought smaller accordions, lighter accordions, But I was, young and strong then, and played in Carnegie Hall. It was and I won the silver medal one time. So, practice, you get to Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Trying to think where else I played, but I took lessons of many, many years. And I went to the High School Performing Arts. I got in through playing the accordion, and I went there for 4 years. And while I was there, I also had to learn an orchestral instrument, so I learned the cello. Played that for 4 years. But we still had to keep up. I had to keep up the accordion because they'd have a project every year, and you had to pass it. So it was a lot of practicing. And I had to switch teachers. I had to leave the New York Schools of Music, and get a more professional teacher in Manhattan, Joe Viviano, and took lessons with him 2-3 years.
When you were taking lessons, what kind of music were you learning?
In the schools of music?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? I brought a couple of examples. Was that okay?
Yeah, of course.
This is Pietro Frazzini, and it's not easy stuff, but he was great. He wrote so many songs, so many pieces. I have plenty at home, and this is Pietro Diero, and that's a great song for the accordion, but it's originally a piano piece, and you could see it's pretty busy. And this was always a big hit when I played for people. This is
Chaz Magnante?
Charlie Magnante, and I don't know where I actually got his signature. I don't remember now. Accordion Boogie. It just sounds great on the accordion. I played that pretty well. Maybe that's the one I got the silver medal for. I'm not sure. But these are some of my favorites, especially the Frazzini. Though I had a lot of pieces by Pietro Frazzini. But if you see the accordion, they were more made of like wood. They were like big clumsy monstrosities. The earlier accordions.
And this is the kind of accordion you played?
No, they had them in the studio, and I probably played it when I went there, so we wouldn't have to take the instrument from home to the studio. But the ones I owned were more modern, plastic, in color. I had red one, white one.
Did you ever play Did you ever play like weddings or parties or anything like that?
Played some little parties.
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters, and my younger one got married about 5-6 years ago, and she asked me to play at her wedding. She lives in San Francisco, and I just played a few pieces. They had a regular DJ there, but I did play a few pieces, mostly Beatles songs.
Which ones?
I don't know if I give my love to you, because it just sounds very rich on the accordion, and I don't know a couple of others, but that one's very, the harmonies are beautiful.
The Beatles know how to write harmonies.
Well, I don't know. I want you to be the leader. So.
Oh, go ahead if you have anything to show.
To show. Okay. Oh. Well, this is me. I was about 7-8 years old, I guess.
Wow.
8 years old.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, I like that picture. I'm looking for something else and I don't see it. So maybe it fell out. I put it in the bag.
Yeah, and this is a full-sized accordion, no?
It looks like a 48 bass. They come in 12 bass. I don't know, but they come in many sizes. But back then, you had a choice of a 12 bass, a 48. I started probably on a 12 bass, but I was probably big for my age, so I was able to do this size 48 bass. And then when I became a teenager, I got 120 bass.
You always played accordion with the piano keyboard on it, right? Never button accordion?
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Button accordion.
I mean, since you were in Brooklyn during that time, were you ever around any immigrant groups that played accordions? Or no?
No. I just
Like the
remember that.
Italians? No Italians playing accordion close by?
When the neighborhood we lived in, Autumn Avenue in Cypress Hills, I'm half Italian, Hungarian. It was mostly German, Irish people. So.
But they play accordion too, no? The Germans?
It's a folk. It's a folk instrument.
Yeah.
So probably every nationality has their own. Of course, we know the Polish like their polkas, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's used for all over Europe. This was the piece that I said I was very. I mean, that's the
Yasuyuki
that's the.
Origome.
You ever hear of him?
No.
Oh, I recommend you hear his piece, Aliens.
Aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, my granddaughter sort of helped me get that.
Did your
Sent it
daughters...
from-
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did your daughters take any interest in the accordion?
I don't know. I sent them for dance lessons.
Oh, yeah?
Because I know accordion, the parent has to keep on you, practice. Because every week, you go for another lesson, you have to show a little improvement. And I think I just didn't want to put them through that. I don't know. And so the dance lessons they loved. They took dance lessons for years and years. And I loved their performances. But what happened was my younger daughter introduced me to, she said, oh, the accordion is coming back, getting very popular. And she says there's a place she lives in California. There's a place called Cotati. It's just north of San Francisco, about 30, 40 miles. And every year they have a show, like 2 days over the weekend. So I've been to this a few times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How is it?
It's amazing. And they have this one guy who, I haven't been there in a couple of years, but they have this one guy who dresses in the complete, he covers his face, his hands, and he still plays the accordion. It's amazing.
That's a great suit.
He's the great, does it say what he is? The great Mogani, right?
Yeah, Morgani, yeah.
And we're going to go this summer. I'm going to go out there in August.
That's great.
And I'm going to see his show. She just bought a house near Cotati. So it's going to be like a 10, 15-minute drive. So
That sounds like fun. Accordions all day long.
all day long.
Yeah.
So anyway, she wanted to. I have a few accordions at home because I used to teach, and I gave her one. I was giving her lessons because she got inspired, but that sort of petered out a little bit because it's you have to stick to it and work.
Yeah.
Well, you play guitar, it's practice, practice, practice.
But also there's a physical element to the accordion, right? Like you need to have the muscles in place.
Yeah.
Because if you lose those muscles, you kind of have to get in shape to play the accordion.
Yeah, it has to be coordinated, It's not just pulling it out and in, but you have to, pull it out and in that it sounds smooth, Just, I guess, like a wind instrument, when you're breathing, it has to sound smooth.
Talking about breathing and the bellows and the reeds, did you ever get into modifying the accordion or getting it tuned a certain way?
No, I don't know anything about that. I do know when I had students, because I used to buy and sell accordions to my students, and then sometimes I would have to repair them because a note would pop up and I have to open up the inside. That's all I did, just a little basic repair to keep it going.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of things going on that I don't know about probably with the accordion.
Yeah, well, like, for instance, Mexican accordions, I can't really get into the details of it, but they tune to, like fourths. So basically they can only play on the left hand, they can only play in C and G, I think. but they map it out so it's an easy way of hitting the notes.
Oh, so they reconfigure the inside?
Yeah. They tune the reeds a certain way so that they can do that. And then Italian accordion, I know there's like it's interesting because there's a tempered way of tuning an instrument, and I forgot what the other word is, but basically there's a sweet tuning in which an instrument that has a note that is slightly out of tune with itself and the scale actually sounds better than when it's completely in tune, because like when the intervals, like when like the fourths are completely in tune, they sound too close to each other or they get dissonant, so they kind of make it flat a little bit.
Like a jazz sound?
This is for Italian, for Sicilian accordion playing, actually.
Sicilian?
Yeah.
It's different than the mainland?
Oh yeah, Sicily
Yeah.
is a different...
Oh, you know a lot about the accordion.
Oh, I'm hanging out with a lot of accordionists right now, doing this work, so I get to learn a lot about them.
When I was a kid, the Italian accordion was it the Sonola and the Excelsior. Those are the big names.
Yeah. Yesterday, actually, I interviewed a guy named Gypsy Joe, also Italian.
Gypsy Joe?
Joe Giannini is his last name. And he's been playing Italian accordion for, I don't know, he's 77, so he's been playing for a while. So I got to learn about the Italian accordion yesterday a lot.
And he was saying that the Sicilian is different than the mainland.
Well, yeah, I mean, Sicilian, Italy is a very complex place culturally, and, there's a lot of differences between even, north, central, and south, and Sicily is just another world entirely.
Yeah.
Because they all speak different languages, actually. They're dialects, as they
They've been
call them.
invaded.
Yes.
Probably.
Well, the funny thing about Italy is that geographically, it's a peninsula, but it has a mountain range right in the middle of it.
It's very volcanic, isn't it?
Yes.
And they have earthquakes.
Yeah, they do.
all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. In southern Italy, Sicily. These people have been there for thousands of years, and because of the geography, they were always kind of isolated from each other until, the Italian language was implemented to sort of unify the country. But that didn't really help, and these people still speak their own languages, all based off of Latin, of course. But anyway, that's a different topic.
Is there Greek
Well,
influence?
in Sicily, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So in Sicily, it's a lot of Greek, a lot of Arabic, Spanish, Turkish, because they all invaded Sicily at one point or another.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my father looks a little Greek.
What was
He
he
was
Sicilian?
from Reggio Calabria.
Okay,
You
yeah,
were told.
Calabria, yeah.
But he came here when he was 6, so he was very, very American.
My father came here from Italy when he was 7, 8 years old. Also,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So he speaks fluent Italian.
He does speak fluent Italian. He didn't really do a good job in teaching me how to speak Italian, but
No, I didn't learn much either.
but I
Are you 100%?
no, my mother is from Uruguay in South America,
Oh, okay.
but she has Italian blood a little bit.
Yeah, but I watch a lot of tennis, and I see a lot of South Americans with names, and they look pretty Italian to me.
Yeah, well, particularly in that region, Uruguay, Argentina, southern Brazil, a lot of Italians landed there, even more so than here.
They came there before they came here, more than they
Well,
came here?
the boats that were leaving Italy were going to New York, New Orleans, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, Australia. A lot of them in Australia also. But yeah, like I think the number is something like in the U.S. 16% of the population has Italian ancestry, something like that. Whereas in Argentina, 60% of the population has Italian ancestry.
Okay. Argentina's on the East Coast.
East Coast,
South
yeah,
America.
Atlantic Ocean, yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of Italian influence in that part of the world also.
I think my father came here. One of the reasons was because the war was starting to break out. He got here in 1914.
14.
That's just when the war broke out. So they probably, were sensing it, I think.
So yeah,
It was
First
just
World War.
His mother and him. It was just the two of them came over.
What happened to the rest of the family? They stayed?
Yeah. He had a younger brother. They left him behind because he was 6. He was turning 6. And he had a younger brother, maybe 2. And he was brought up by relatives, and he even served in Mussolini's army. He never got here. He got here when I was 11. He came to visit us.
Have you ever been to Italy?
No.
No?
No. I've only been to Paris and Iceland, and I think that's it.
Have you been to Hungary?
No.
No.
My daughter was a flight attendant, and she's been to many countries.
So your mother was Hungarian.
Yeah.
Was she...
She was born in Manhattan.
Oh, she was born in Manhattan.
Yeah. Her parents came from Budapest.
Did she speak Hungarian?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What kind of music were your parents listening to when you were growing up?
Oh, American songs. They loved to sing. The two of them had pretty good hearing, and they could carry a tune very well. Had nice voices. Not great, but decent.
Were they musically inclined? Like,
I
did they
think
play
so.
instruments?
My father. Oh yeah, my father. My mother never dabbled, but she loved music. But my father could play the piano. He learned that by himself. He played the old-fashioned way. It sounded like a what do you call them?
Like ragtime, or
yeah, a little bit. It sounded like play a piano, and he taught himself the mandolin. He could play the mandolin, and he took violin lessons. So, and he was very musical. He tried to teach me the violin. He loved the violin, and I guess he had an extra violins, and he cut one down. He cut the bottom off, and just so I could. He was trying to teach me.
my first instrument was also the violin.
Yeah?
Yeah. I hated it, but
It's beautiful when it's played well.
it's beautiful when it's played well. Yeah, but it's
I like the cello.
The cello's
richer
the frequency.
But also another klutzy instrument, the accordion, the cello. I always had the biggest instruments.
Did you ever record music? Did you ever record? No.
No, I don't think so. Watch tonight in the middle of the night. I'll remember. Oh yeah, I was recording. Nothing professional. No. Well, they recorded that last show that we had, Brooklyn Academy, Brooklyn Accordion Club. And they did videotape it, and you could hear it too.
When did you start playing in the Brooklyn Accordion Club?
I don't know. I started going there maybe like 10 years ago, and but we just started playing like about 3 years ago, and that lasted a couple of years, and then it was over.
How did you find out about it?
I probably online. I just was dabbling around. I said, "Oh, believe it. There's an accordion club in Brooklyn." I think it was on Bergen Street. The first time I went. Then they moved to someplace near. It was above Atlantic Avenue, and near the big sports arena. It was just above there. Played there for, and then they went. They were in Dean Street the last year or so. So it wasn't around the corner, but some of these younger ones, they would come with the accordion strapped on their back. They were amazing. I drive. I brought the accordion. I actually bought a suitcase with wheels. Put the accordion in, so I could get it in and out the car and all. But somebody always had to help me up the stairs because it was like a double flight up Dean Street. But some of them came on public transportation with the accordion, in a bag strapped to their back.
I see some people playing the accordion in the subway. There's some people playing. There's a young lady actually that plays on the F train stop on First Avenue in Manhattan. She's there all the time. Yeah. And then sometimes you have some Mexican guys coming in on the train.
I've seen the Mexican. I always give them I haven't been on the subway in ages. I don't have to go on the subway. I won't go on the subway.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm not that brave anymore. I took the subway plenty when I worked. When I went to high school, I took the subway plenty. Yeah, I got to give them credit. I enjoyed that. There's also been acrobatics of people on the subway, and they're swinging around, and they get me nervous. I get too close. But the music is good.
What's interesting about the accordion is, although it's kind of it's a heavy instrument, I think the reason, one of the aspects of the accordion is that it's also very portable, right? So you can take it anywhere, and that's how it maintains its, like everybody around the world plays the accordion, and so it travels a lot, and it becomes a vehicle for cross-cultural exploration. I know Mayumi in the Brooklyn Accordion Club was playing a lot of classical accordion, if I'm not mistaken. But were there any other sort of explorations of like?
She had some guests that were fabulous players.
Yeah.
And then she had, the buttons on both sides. What do they call it? The chromatic accordion?
Yeah, the chromatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't interest me as much as the chromatic. I think that's cool and all, but I just, it doesn't interest me. I mean, to hear it, it sounds exactly the same as a regular accordion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm also thinking that there's a limit to them, because I don't think they hit all of the notes, the chromatic accordions.
Oh, yeah?
I think they're tuned a specific way so that it only hits certain scales. So it's not as complete as, having a full keyboard on your hand, a full piano keyboard. Did you play piano also?
Well, I went back to college in my late 30s, and I wanted to complete it. And I had to learn the piano because the accordion, getting into performing arts, the accordion in those days, it must have been like 1958 or something that I started performing arts. It was an okay instrument then. But by the time I was 37, the accordion was looked frowned upon, I guess. So I had, in order to get my diploma, I had to perform on an acceptable instrument. And my cello playing wasn't quite up to par, so I went to I took piano lessons, and I was able to be taught by one of the Brooklyn College teachers, so I would pass. Yeah. So that was it. I played like Clementi sonatinas. I like the piano, but I don't think my hands are big enough. My fingers aren't long enough for the piano. They just make it.
They do have long fingers. I don't know what else to add.
But I was inspired when I was a kid. They had Dick Contino on the television. Ed Sullivan, probably. And I saw him in person at this a couple of times. He was at this performing. And Myron Florin.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of the band leader? It was the Polish band leader that was big in the 50s.
I don't know.
Myron Florin performed on that show. And can't think who else. But the accordion was acceptable. And then, like you say, the guitar sort of took away,
Yeah.
It was the new craze. So that's okay. The guitar is great, but I don't like when they make jokes about the accordion.
Well, speaking of which, do you have any accordion jokes?
Do I have accordion jokes? No, I'm anti.
You're
accordion jokes. Do you?
No. But I'm collecting them. I'm collecting the accordion jokes, which is why I asked.
That's just encouraging it.
Well,
I mean, all the time I put into it and all, and then people, make fun of it. I'm glad there's a resurgence. There's a new acceptance. I have a new appreciation. So it's less laughing about it. It's not such a dinosaur after all.
No. The accordion has its place, and like I said, people around the world play it, so it fits into so many different kinds of music. And
they're still producing them.
Yeah.
And their value has increased. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my big accordion is sitting in a box, and that one had such a beautiful tone. It had the 4 and 5 reeds. You must know about that since you
kind
understand
of. Tell me about it.
4 and 5, I guess, is supposed to be the maximum reeds. Maybe it's changed since then. But that was like, the fullest sound you could get.
Okay.
So I think like the lesser expensive are 2 and 4 or something. Like 2 sets in the right hand, 4 in the left hand, something like that. But mine has a very rich sound. My parents paid $500 for that accordion, and that was probably in the late 50s.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. They treated me good.
Yeah. That's like the equivalent of maybe like $3,000 today.
I don't know. They were lower middle class, but it's a good thing it's a good thing they both love music. So.
Yeah.
My mother was great. She never cringed when I made mistakes. She said, practice. She encouraged me, but she didn't criticize me. They were terrific.
That's good. Well, I invite you to come to the exhibit. It's going to start on June 22nd. I'll give you better details when it happens.
Good.
But we're going to have some performances also.
Really?
Yeah. It's in downtown Manhattan. And
is it? I think I looked it up. Is it near Delancey Street?
it's not far. It's maybe like 5 blocks away from Delancey.
Yeah. That's the first place I live, 172 Delancey Street. I'm not sure if the building's still there.
Oh, that's interesting. So full circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for
You're Well, thanks,
the
thanks for
interview.
this very pleasant get-together that I
Yes.
had a chance to show
Yeah,
all my
yeah.
bag of tricks here.
Can I take some pictures of these documents?
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything you want.
Okay. We're gonna stop it right there.